The history of MasyiJahit. Who is MasyiJahit? No, actually, what is MasyiJahit? Before I start, let me introduce myself. My full name is SITI ATFI. I prefer to be called Mashi. Sounds familiar, right? Yes, because I am MasyiJahit. So, MasyiJahit is just one of many persona that I created for my audience online. Sounds conceited, right? But honestly, it's just a fun, engaging way for me to make it easier for my audience to differentiate what kind of content am I posting today. Like today, it's MasyiJahit. So MasyiJahit actually exists all the way back in 2020, back then when it was COVID-19 lockdown, because I had nothing better to do. I had no job because I cannot work, it was a lockdown. And I had no academic pressure because I was waiting for my UPU results. So I had nothing better to do. I figured I need to do something useful for myself in the future. I need to learn some skills or anything. I remember that my mom owned a sewing machine, a portable sewing machine. This one. And so I asked her permission. Mom, can I use this sewing machine? She was so against it. She don't like the idea of me using her sewing machine. She was so scared that I would ruin her dear sewing machine. I got my dad, I got my siblings to beg her for me. Eventually, she gave in. So I got the permission to use her sewing machine. I learned everything from YouTube. I just searched something. I learned how to work this sewing machine. It took me 2 weeks to learn how to properly use this machine. It's such a commitment. But I never give up. I started with a small project. I made this scrunchie. This is a scrunchie. This is just a fancier, fluffier, cuter, prettier hair tie. It's just a hair tie. But I'm still proud of it. And oh, I made this out of my old garments, my old clothes. Because I have no fabrics. So I cut my clothes that I don't use anymore and I made this hair tie out of it. Creative, right? I'm such a sustainable queen. Anyways, from this small project, I moved to a bigger one, which is this. Such as this. I made a lot more. I made dresses, top, pants, bag, anything you can think of. I made it already. I like to document all the stuff. I like to record. I like to edit it. I like to share my projects to people. So I would document it and post it online. At first, I posted on my personal Twitter account. I have a lot of views. A lot of people are showing interest in it. And because of that, I want to separate it. I want to separate my hobby or my work with my personal. So I made another account for my sewing stuff. It is called Gerak Hati Masyi on Instagram. So I share all the stuff on Gerak Hati Masyi. The name is self-explanatory. When I want to do it, I will do it. When I don't want to do it, I won't. Gerak Hati Masyi. I will just listen to what my heart says. But it doesn't stop there. Because I want to challenge my ability in sewing, I started taking custom order. Surprisingly, I got a lot of custom orders from my audience. I was given a brand deal by a sewing machine company and they gifted me a new sewing machine, a bigger one, an easier one to work with. And I'm so grateful. I was in their commercial too. It was all out of boredom at first, and then it became my hobby, and then it became my source of income. I could not be more grateful of this. This is one of my biggest turning points in life. MasyiJahit is actually the origin of the many persona that I created for my audience online. Few that I can list it with is Masyi Makan, which is when I want to do mukbang or food review, and then Masyi Makeup, self-explanatory, just me and makeups, and then Masyi Baby is when I was telling a story to my audience, and then few more that I forgot about it. It's just like a brand and co-brands, you know. Just a fun way, engaging way for me to talk to my audience. MasyiJahit is taking a break at the moment because I have academic responsibility. So I don't have time to make for me to sew anything for my new sewing project. I still have so much love for sewing. So for any one of you who wants to start something that they always wanted to try, they want to start something new, they want to have a new hobby, please do it. Remember that I come from zero knowledge to now have an income from my hobby and gain respect, gain audience, and it's now my personality. So you can do it. Bye bye, I am Mashi, and that is the history of MasyiJahit. Thank you.